All right, so we're back with Laura Hogshead, the Chief Operating Officer of the North Carolina Office of Recovery and Resiliency. That's the HOPE program, and Isaac Sturgill with Legal Aid of North Carolina. They're answering your questions about evictions and also rent help. So this question is, if you are a homeowner, can we get help with our mortgage? Laura, you have something possibly on that.
Right, so there will be a program for homeowners. It is not open yet, and it will be offered by the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, but you can go to their website and indicate interest, and they will alert you when that program is open.
Okay, so that is coming down the pike, which is really nice to know that something like that is happening. This person said, a senior citizen whose heat was turned off prior to the pandemic, can the program help me get my heat back on? And this really is specific that you have to show that you had an issue during COVID, yes?
That's right. So you have to show that this is pandemic related.
Okay. So Isaac, this person has said, where can I go to get help because I am being evicted and I don't have a choice? Is there any kind of helps that you know of?
Yeah, so I would encourage them to call legal aid and to check. There may be some other defenses that we may be able to help or some deal we can negotiate with the landlord. As far as looking for places to move and resources for finding housing, I think probably NC 211 is a good resource for that, or socialserve.com can be helpful in looking for housing.
Okay. Laura, this person says, if I'm not behind on my rent, can I still get help for the rent that I may be behind on or future rent?
Yes, you do not currently have to be behind on rent in order to apply, so you can receive that 3 months forward and then up to 9 months of arrears.
Okay, so that can be helpful to you. This person says, I tried to get the HOPE program money, but my landlord will not take the money. Is there anything that I can do?
So we are reaching out to those few landlords that do not sign the agreement to make sure that they understand the program and make sure that we understand why they are declining. But we are working with those landlords. I think you can continue to encourage your landlord. An empty unit is not going to help that landlord. This is an opportunity for them to get paid the money that they are owed.
So this person says, as a landlord, why is this a one-sided conversation? It's not. You're welcome to ask questions. How can you get help? Laura, you have something on that as well.
That's right. So we are encouraging landlords to go to our website and give us your tenants' information so that we can then reach out to those tenants and encourage them to apply. We understand that tenants and landlords may not be talking much right now. I certainly wouldn't answer the phone if I was several months behind. So we get that, and we want landlords to have an avenue for reaching out to us. So we've included on our website an avenue for landlords to give us information, and then we will reach out to that tenant and encourage them to apply and walk them through the application. So far, 3,100 landlords have given us names to work off of, and that has turned into many applications. So those landlords can actually participate in this process.
Okay, landlords, so we want you to hear that loud and clear. There is help for you, not just your renter, because the help is really for you because the money goes directly to you. It does not go to your renter. All right,
That's
Isaac,
right.
This person says, once the eviction occurs, is the past due rent forgiven, or can the landlord sue for the past due amount as well?
They can sue for it as well. So actually, when the landlord brings the case to begin with, they could ask for just an eviction, or they could ask for eviction and past due rent, but they also have the option of just doing the eviction right now and then seeking the past due rent later. So unfortunately, even after the eviction occurs, the landlord could still take action to try to collect that money.
And so I'm guessing that if you've been evicted, the next time you are applying for an apartment, it is going to show up, yes?
It's a really big problem that is a big housing barrier for lots of people. You know, everything that happens in an eviction court is a public record, and so that's something where if you have a judgment on you and you're applying for new housing, the new landlord may be able to see that, and that may make them be hesitant to rent to you. So that's why it's so important to try to preserve the housing you have now and to try to avoid an eviction at all costs.
Right, which is why you got to do whatever you have to do and talk to that landlord, no matter whether that's a really, hard conversation for you to do, and say, I have a way to pay you, and then apply for the HOPE program. Thank you both for joining us today. We so appreciate that. If you missed any of this, it will be in the 2 Wants to Know section. WFMY News 2 at 6 is going to be coming up shortly.